Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk? I know the way. Follow me.
True enough. This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an ox cart and save our strength.
Indeed, you are correct. This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Could you come over here? I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw. At me when you are gone over long.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
You'll have to excuse me. I have a job to attend to. Must hold out till someone can relieve me.
Can't expect to fare so well every day. Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
I'm a tad preoccupied just now, if you can't tell.
Oh, looking for the Jadeite orb, are you? Can't say I've seen it, or heard of it for that matter. Mind refreshing my memory? It's all coming back to me now, which is to say, I've not a clue. But I can tell you what I'd do if I nicked a treasure like that. My first stop would be Ibrahim's scrap store. Got to be sure my price is the genuine article, eh? The scrap stores are in the Checkpoint Rest Town. Might be worth a look, see?
Oh, Master. I thought I might never see you again.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Oh, I could use a rest.
Or to polish up my gear for tomorrow.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with three options. Either the law of our world that allows only one Arisen has been upended, or Jesus Arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are Arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, hmm? Oh, you've no interest in such things? Why, the law is everything to me. 'Tis life itself. I believe I can surmise what you came for. And though I am here on false charges, I have no intention of breaking the law to gain my freedom.
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
What is it? Have you come to hear more tales of false Arisens? Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be.
The magistrate seeks a place to quench his thirst for knowledge. Where might we find one, I wonder? There was a place fitting that description within the slums, as I recall.
Of course. The answer was staring me right in the face.
I have... been waiting for you, Arisen.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Aye, sir. Something good will come of today. I just know this place makes me
Sweat, toil, each day's more.
My head hurts just thinking about it. What should I do?
Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
My prayers will surely be greetings.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes.
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the mind. Chaos in the world begins with chaos.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation. Wish I'd been born a nobleman, son. Another day of work awaits.
Have you need of me?
It's no more or less than what one might have expected.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
This sits funny with me, truth be told. Much to do yet.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
How vast the sea is.
I imagine we would not escape a plunge into the water's depths.
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is best met with stiff drinks and cheer.
You don't look like much.
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
My prayers will surely be rewarded. I must be grateful. I know things to do yet.
I'll slit your bleeding throat!
This is really scary. I've never seen that.
Always gotta be in the
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less
Lots to do. Life's been pretty kind to me.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
Well met. This here's the I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business with you.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
It is my duty to devote my life to prayer. Might I beg but a moment of your time? I fear I've much to attend to. This is a place of prayer. Do keep... I spend my days in quiet reflection. This is a place of prayer.
Is there aught I can assist you with? Might I beg but a moment of your time?
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
I fear I've much to attend. so little of this world and of myself.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate. Some salvation.
The letter has reached its recipient. Shall we inform Sir Donovan, Master? Say no more, Master. I know just where to find this person, and will guide you there post-haste.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
The things I could do with an ox cart full of gold.
Ah, you've returned. How did you fare on the journey to Melv? Splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly earned a reward, my friend. Here you are.
Ox carts seem a convenient choice for longer journeys. I see no harm in making use of them as needed, Master.
Indeed. You are correct.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
It would appear you've found evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds. Shall we report this development to Captain Brant?
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems She has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crownflower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crownflowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Someone is looking this way. Is there aught about me that caught their eye?
Not much going on hereabouts.
Well met, son.
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be grateful for aught you can reclaim, truly. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the western road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore, but no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Do come again!
Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it...
Greetings. Welcome. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is, methinks Roderick will be able... He runs the local armory. And we purchase... May fortune smile upon you, sir. Do come again.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find me. Use me. But I'm certain there is one.
Fancy a look at my wares?
The Goblin's lair lies somewhere along the western road. I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at least.
At once, Master.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Got any arms for a man down on... Not much going on.
Need anything?
Welcome to Bjorn's, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
You're always such fun.
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll knock a few gold pieces off. support you by. So do come again.
You've been an immense help, my friend.
Have you need of me?
Fancy a look at my wares?
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
This place is awful dull.
What?
Don't complain.
There's ought to be said.
You! You! You!
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? I am an agent. Obviously. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over, now you found me out. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with then.
My gadgets are at your disposal.
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then.
Catches your eye.
Yes, sir!
We shall see how bold you are in my case. Do not
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Wish I could go on an adventure.
All the best things come from travelers.
One of these days I'll buy myself
Always
a
a fresh breeze blowing round here.
I don't know what to do.
I worked hard today.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant the... Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Few can afford perpetual generosity. I hope you will return, should you... Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Let us begin by gathering information.
Indeed, you are correct.
This place ne'er fails to calm my spirit.
Shall we seek some answers? Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost.
If our prayers are not, what hope have we?
Go on, have a look. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Oh dear.
No one around here to pester me, at least.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Forgive me, but I cannot guide you from here.
Find lots to do. Ponder the higher mysteries. If I sleep on my woes, may have
Let's move along. Invited yourself into my company, I see.
Follow me, if you would.
Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Oi, keep your distance.
I've just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts, was there not?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Pity me, do you?
The heavens have forsaken us. All is... Where could Malcolm have gotten off to?
Don't think you're safe just because you're in the city. Monsters have gotten bolder of late, and more ferocious. One found its way into...
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing. Got any tales to lo-
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
I fear I've much to attend to.
Maybe he was hoping to find something shiny among the rubble. Wonder if he found anything good.
The heavens have forsaken us. All is lost.
This place gives me an ill feeling.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard anyhow. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The Arisen takes the crown here in Vermund, after all. A fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
What might you need? Is there aught you require? I will see to it that the...
Aye, I'm well enough.
You don't need a permit to get into Batal. Just hide in the back of an ox cart, aye? It works. Mind, you've got to avoid the guard's line of sight. But 'tis easy enough. I should know, I've done it.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand. I'm always willing to lend...
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Well met. This here's... I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fierce...
You are utterly infuriating.
Forgive me, but I cannot guide you.
You looking for a fight?
You want something?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Some other time, maybe.
Maybe he was hoping to find something shiny among the rubble. Wonder if he found anything good. Maybe he was hoping...
Mayhap I ought to be getting home.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery. I wonder what it was Malcolm found. Treasure? I wonder what it was
Pray let it.
What good can come of my being here?
Death.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming, but ox carts don't run so late at night. Was it a phantom then? I shudder to think. Must we speak now, sir? I've...
Be heading home.
Got anything to...
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox cart on the high road. Now, that's not so strange, but guess who I saw riding in it? And rightly so, as it turned out to be a young boy. Gave me a right shock, let me tell you. What their faces may match, but the lives they lead are as different as not. What's going on?
What should I do? What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers. Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I'll be waiting. Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you found it? They're hard to find, aren't they? Well, if you happen to...
Lots to do. Have a precious little time.
So tired. Is there no escape?
That's quite enough! What a nice surprise!
Ain't nothing but trouble lurking here.
My bed please. And I shan't resist.
Life's been pretty kind to me.
Can't really cut over. Well, I should be.
What teachings might salve the pupil's work?
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
We'd best report back. Vaults, eh? Let us inform Sir Kendrick of what we've learned.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I expect that's a common occurrence in our line of work.
'Twas well worth the effort of breaking it.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly, perhaps we ought to take a look.
We're to be guided to our destination. Let's try to follow along.
Right you are.
Is there no getting through this door?
We are under attack!
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Over here!
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray, tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
'Tis quite the collection of tomes.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder? The books ne'er seem to end. The books ne'er seem to end.
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never expected this.
We ought to keep watch, lest we be set upon from behind.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
It's you again. What are you doing?
The books ne'er seem...
I've got a good feeling about this one.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now. This is a poor remuneration for our efforts, I must say.
'Tis a dismal feeling to be disappointed so utterly.
Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Let us proceed with caution.
It's you again. What are you doing? Go on, take it.
They have my faith is being tested. Here you are, sir.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
'Tis good to see you are well. 'Tis good to see you are well. I shall bless. 'Tis good to see you are well.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide. This ladder can take us to new heights.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the former... most hospitality in all Vernworth. Much obliged.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Let him rest me! You'll never live it down!
Most impressive, Master. We can look forward to it. Our foe is not yet routed.
A resounding success.
Let's take it easy.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
Indeed, you are correct.
Twas a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
We shall remain here.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
I'll not stick my head where it'll get cut off.
I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten me.
This should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are Arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt.
I sleep on my woes.
I ought to have enough for a few pinches of spices.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
I've trained for this.
Over here, if you please.
Why, you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. It is none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Come back any time.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Living God. But dreams
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for Your Majesty's efforts.
That was certainly worthwhile.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Ah, yes. Regarding your pursuer from some days past, as we suspected, he was indeed an agent from Batal. When he learnt of Your Majesty's escape, he began inquiring after your movements. 'Tis a glad thing we captured him before matters escalated. As to how he learned Your Majesty's location with such ease, I intend to extract the answers from him anon. I shall be sure to inform you when I do. Pray, take this. 'Tis the least I can offer for Your Majesty's assistance.
So the agent was of Batal after all. 'Tis rather eerie that someone should be sent across the border to spy on you.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, This should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? Let us make for the palace, that she might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Pawns aren't permitted.
Hail, friend! Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
Would you mind coming over here? Pawns are forbidden from entering the castle grounds, but we may accompany you to the entrance. Over here, if you please.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in. What must needs be done?
This place is very dreary. There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Oh dear, what am I to do?
Pray slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
We are never truly. What a waste of time.
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
We have arrived.
If you must go off on your own.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not allowed in here.
My sword arm could use some work.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. Is that all you have to say for yourself? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners, but such niceties won't get you far with me. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
Such quietude is a blessing.
A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
The weight of my duties is like to flatten me.
Oh, goodness me.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Uh-huh. There's something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
Pray, seize this at once, Arisen!
I see which way the wind's blowing.
Got nothing to fear if I keep my wits. It makes waves, as they say.
Now there's a hassle I could do without.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melve and this God's Way? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melve? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melve.
A moment along the way phases. Now there's a name to remember.
Always the same. Sharp, relaxed, acting up and carrying on.
The rules at your leisure.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour.
Shall we get some rest then?
I return safe and sound, and I dare say, wiser for my travels.
Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?